Hello YouTube family, it's Brian with Mr. SF Studios. Well, I made my New Year's resolution come true yesterday. I got my 85 Camaro running. It had been sitting for 5 years. It ran out of gas and then the fuel pump rotted, so when I went to start it again it wouldn't run. So I kind of gave up on it for a few years doing other things. But anyway, here's the air cleaner. You can see entropy. It just got all funky sitting out in the elements. So I'm going to be doing this today. I'm going to take some sanding wheels and clean it off, prime it, paint it black. Here's the lid after stripping and sanding. I didn't have much luck with this other stuff. These discs didn't really do it, nor did that. I ended up using steel wool and actually a little brake fluid. This brake fluid eats paint, so you put that on for a little bit and then scrub away with the steel wool. And then I've been hitting it with 80 grit. And move up to 100, 150. The Dremel seems to work pretty good for this rim. The Dremel's working really well. It's getting a lot of this stuff off. We're almost there. Getting this last little bit of the rim here with a putty knife, just scraping off the old gunk. Now I'm just going to chase this last little seam with a tiny flathead screwdriver to get all this junk out of this seam. Well, I'd say the lid's done. It's ready for paint. I sanded it with 180, 220, 320. So the big thing with spray paint is you want to shake the can really good. Make sure your surface is perfectly clean. And you build up your layers. Don't put it all on at once. I do what's called a ghost coat first, where you just lightly mist it. Whole damn thing. That way it has a little texture to bite onto the rest of the layers. Just a little ghost coat all the way around. Give it a little texture, something to flash, and the rest can grab onto. Today's less than ideal. It's pouring rain, but it'll be alright. We're inside. I can turn a fan on, and once I seal up my gasoline I can have a heater on. So that's the ghost coat. Just let that flash. When I say flash, I mean let the solvents in it evaporate, and then you put another mild coat on. In the winter and you've got higher humidity and stuff, it's good to have a little heat. So if you got a little heater, but you don't want it too close to the vapors because the vapors are flammable. And I actually turn the heater off anytime I paint. But once it settles a bit, then I turn the heat back on so that it keeps the room dry and warm. Heater on. I'm hopefully not going to explode, but I think we'll be alright. Okay, I just put the third coat on, which is a wet coat. And that, when I say wet coat, I mean you put it on till it looks pretty glossy all over. And that's probably going to be good enough, to be honest. Just let that bake and dry. Second wet coat, and I'd say we're done. Just walk away at this point. Here's the first base coat of the color. And every time you stop painting, it's a good idea to turn your can upside down and clear the tip till it goes clear. That way you get all the paint out of the nozzle. Otherwise it can dry in the nozzle and gum it up, and then your paint's trapped in the can. Okay, our light mist coat is ready for another layer. This one will be a little thicker, but still not the real glossy thick coat yet. The big thing with painting is you just want to keep moving around. You don't want to concentrate on one area too much. You want to make it even as best you can. know it's tempting to just lay it on thick. Almost time for that. Here's the first wet coat. Nice, thick, glossy wet coat. And let that dry for a bit. And put one more on and I think we'll be good. I'm not going to go crazy here. I still got to paint the air cleaner base. And we got to clean that up, strip it off. It's in pretty good shape. I'm probably just going to smooth that all off, get rid of some of the rust and stuff, clean it and shoot it. Because this is my secondary air cleaner anyway. This is the smog check air cleaner. Has this smog valve on it. You got to have all that for California. It's really silly here. Even though the car runs clean, blows clean, you got to have all this OEM junk to make it past the visual. So I have this one, and I have a secondary air filter for car shows and for racing and stuff that says dual snorkel with an open element and an open lid. So it gets tons of air to the blower. Oh yeah, did I tell you? Yeah, it's supercharged. I think you've seen the other videos. Wow, that's beautiful. I almost don't want to shoot it again. No, I'll let that bake and put one more thick wet coat, and that'll be that.